Public Works, Public Utilities, and the Digital Economy. Other government ministers, the Cabinet Secretary, Permanent Secretaries, Mr. Emil Lancelot in particular, Mr. Kendall Johnson, Civil Engineer. Good morning, everyone, and welcome. Today, we will first hear from the Honorable Prime Minister, followed by Mr. Grant, and then Mr. Johnson. Please welcome the Honorable Prime Minister.
Morning, everybody. Let me recognize the Minister for Public Works, Honorable Grant. Also, we have the Minister of Finance, Honorable Dr. McIntyre, and Permanent Secretaries and media, those following the live broadcast of this press conference. Good morning, everybody. I wish to use this opportunity to once again express my deepest sympathies and that of my cabinet colleagues to the family of Mr. Alvin Bully, who passed on Friday. Mr. Alvin Bully was an exemplary citizen, a kind and humble soul, who demonstrated profound love and commitment for Dominica, its people, and culture. Through his work as a cultural administrator both in Dominica and in the region, he helped engender a deep appreciation for our customs and traditions. His legacy is all around us. In the national flag he designed in 1978 as Dominica gained its independence from Great Britain. It is truly one of the most beautiful flags in the world, which incorporated aspects of Dominica's natural features and the spirit, character, and values of our people. The cultural division he established providing a structured approach to the promotion and development of our cultural art forms. The many national organizations which he spearheaded, including the National Cultural Council, the Dominica Artists Guild, the Writers Guild, the Carnival Organizing Committee, and the Comité pour Études Creole, several of which continue to function today. The mentorship he provided to young playwrights, actors, directors, writers, costume designers, and so many other creatives, who now proudly speak of the influence he had on their lives and work. We recognize him as a national hero who made an invaluable contribution to the preservation and promotion of our arts and culture. To honor his proud legacy, the Government of Dominica will bestow on an official funeral for recognizing his contribution to our country. And this was offered to his wife, and she has graciously accepted. All flags will be flown at half-staff for 2 days. That is the day immediately preceding his burial and the day of his burial. May his soul rest in eternal peace. With regards to the trough payments, or families affected in the East Dominica, of November last year, the government promised it would assist affected residents with income support. And I'm happy to report that this process is well underway. $400 provided to households of 1 to 2 members, and $750 provided to households of more than 2 members. As of March 7, 2023, payments have been made to Petit Soufriere and Saint-Sauveur from a total of 162 households, 145 paid. Castle Bruce, Tranto, Deeper, from 99 households affected, 84 paid. Good Hope, from 128 households affected, 102 paid. The Government of Dominica wishes to thank the World Food Program for partnering with us in this venture. Individuals in these communities who have not collected payments are advised to first verify eligibility with their respective village councils. They will be advised further on how they can collect payments. On the matter of relocation, we are moving swiftly ahead, and very soon the Cabinet will be in a position to advise the public on the concrete actions we have taken. A committee is in place to advance the process and has already developed draft eligibility requirements, as well as a relocation plan for review by the Cabinet. As I've already advised, we have taken a firm decision to relocate the most vulnerable members of these affected communities, and we are working towards this objective. I will now speak and give an update in respect to the international airport. As it relates to the international airport, you have seen the movement on the ground with the offloading of heavy equipment to begin work on the site. I have heard some public statements made in relation to payments for land and to homeowners in the Wesley area. This is a matter the government continues to address, and we wish to advise against malicious attempts by people with no direct interests in the matter of payments who are seeking to turn this matter into a conflict. The fact is, compensation is an ongoing process, and so far, this government has issued payment in full to landowners in the amount of $24,344,807.48, and this is January 2023 figure. I have given and I continue to give the assurance that the outstanding amounts will be paid to landowners in the next few weeks. Just a further note that keys to completed residences have been handed over to 26 homeowners affected by the construction of the international airport in a new Joe Burton development. Works are ongoing on the construction of an additional 13 units. And just to say to the public that among these 13 people are people who were squatting on government land and who had a shack or the likes on government land. And in the usual government's humanitarian considerations, we have decided to build homes for these families. And out of the 26 who got homes in Joe Burton, we built about 12 to families who were living on a family parcel of land with very, very terrible housing condition. And we've given all of these families brand new homes at no cost to them in that regard. There are several farmers who've been squatting government land since the Workers' Party bought these lands way back in 1999 thereabout, who are now being processed with proper leases so that they know that they have a legal document to build upon there. With the expansion of Joe Burton and turning Joe Burton into a housing area, there are about 20 or so lots which have already been subdivided into housing lots and will be sold to residents in the Wesley Woodford area, some of whom are public officers and people who work in the private sector who are desirous of owning a piece of land so that they can build their own homes in those areas. So there are many people who continue to benefit from this. So, and I must say to you, the public, persons who reside out of Wesley, that I have not met more responsible and responsive and helpful people than those whom we have engaged in the acquisition of their lots and their properties in Wesley and Palm Tree area. They have been most conscious of their commitment to the country, and we will always be grateful to them for their understanding. And in respect to compensation for crops, we have paid all of this, including people who were planting on somebody else's land with no legal documents and so forth. We are